Okay.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're listening. Welcome to BnB Live. We are here in our studio. We're still working out the logistics of it.
The kinks.
Yeah, the kinks. Actually, we've decided that we're going to probably get a couch and have a table where we can have products.
A very relaxing setting for sure.
Yeah, very relaxing. So we've been looking for couches, but in the meantime, we have a little setup here.
Yeah, well, everything that it takes to just get prepared to go live with all of you, whether you're following through or streaming through Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is that you're coming in from, all the stuff that goes into play. And we're just getting started, to be honest with you. You know, we're learning as we go. And we have lighting, a little bit of lighting going on in here. We have a couple of cameras, different angles coming at. We got product, we got props, we got it all.
Right.
We're going to continue to evolve and grow with this, though, as we continue to do the Baskets and Beads live. And so, yeah, it's a whole production, you guys, and that's what we were aiming for, right?
Yeah.
So here we are, front and center, Eldana.
Yeah. So for those of you who may be listening for the first time, I'm Eldana, the founder of Baskets and Beads Kenya. This is Vanessa, the creative director for Baskets and Beads Kenya.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. If you're listening after the facts, thank you so much for listening. If you are new to Baskets and Beads, or you have not liked the Facebook page, please like the Facebook page. Or if you're on Instagram and you're just tuning in, like or follow Baskets and Beads Kenya.
Yes.
Would appreciate that.
And it's also very imperative, though, that they actually follow the Facebook Baskets and Beads in order to really engage in the Baskets and Beads Fair Trade. What is it? Our network. There you go.
Network.
I had a little bit of a cloud going on there. In order to really engage with us on the network, you have to subscribe to the Baskets and Beads Facebook page in order to really engage with us. And before we go any further, we do want to acknowledge some of the people that are following us through Instagram and Facebook over here. We got Anita Esparza. It looks like we have Veterans and Growing. I'm sorry, because the phone is very far away and I'm trying to read from afar. We got various people that are joining in on the lives right now. So we want to acknowledge you and say hello to you and thank you for chiming in. And it looks like you got some people that are chiming in here now too, Eldana.
Awesome. And I can't see anything because I have taken my glasses off. So I'm trusting Vanessa that she's seeing everything and I can't. So, I'm grateful that I can see something, but I can't see that. I certainly can't see over there, and I can see a little bit here. So we wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about, did we forget anything?
I think we're doing good so far,
Okay.
Actually. We're doing good so far.
Okay. Oh, also, if you'd like to be on the email list, go to basketsandbeadskenya.com, and
Yes.
There's a little pop-up there. You can get on the email list, and you'll be on the newsletter list and see when we're doing things. Eventually, we're going to start having interviews soon. We wanted to get the space set up a little bit more before we launch that segment. I'm thinking maybe April, we might be starting to do that. I've already reached out and got some people who are going to come on the show.
Yes. And that's actually really exciting, you guys, because, you know, the journey of entrepreneurship, sisterhood, community and all that, you know, it's boring when you're trying to do it alone. It's not fun. It's better to journey with others alongside you. And so I know with everything you're about to share regarding Baskets and Beads, the essence of Baskets and Beads is all about journeying together, and specifically women entrepreneurs, women in business. And so it definitely is in alignment with what you are about, Eldana, and what you're doing. And so I'm going to hand it right back over to you again.
Yeah, well, this morning I was on with a coffee and connections with the Women in Community Impact, and they are, Celeste, I've known her for since about 2016, and she invited me. That now, when I say this morning, they're on the East Coast. I got up and at 0500, and it reminded I'm
Your
used to it.
Time.
Yes, because we used to hear, okay, if you've never been to basic training, I don't know about the other branches, but in the Air Force at 5 a.m. there was this speaker, and you'd hear, "It's 0500, get them up," and you had. Yeah, and it wasn't that, it was loud and they were yelling, and then people be screaming out in the hall and all this kind of stuff, and or the training instructor would have snuck in the room and started screaming and yelling at everybody in the barracks. But you had about 2 minutes to get your uniform on, make your bed, and run downstairs and get in formation. So a lot of us would sleep with like our socks on. We'd take a shower at night and we'd put all our socks and they wouldn't let you sleep in your uniform. So we'd have the t-shirt and the our underwear on, and then you'd have the stuff right there, and you'd have this whole system where you just and then you'd run downstairs. So anyway, it was at 6 o'clock this morning, and I've been going since 6 a.m. So
there you have it.
Yeah, happy that everybody's connecting with us. Can't see you, but I know you're there. So
yeah.
But we wanted to come on because yesterday was International Women's Day.
Yay, women!
Which is celebrating the accomplishments of women.
Right.
And like I was talking on the Coffee and Connections today about my experience as a woman in the military. I came in the Air Force in 1980, and the military was about 8% women, and there weren't a lot of jobs. There were some jobs that women couldn't go into, and there were some things. Actually, when I came in the military in 1980, they had just changed the rule. We had somebody who had come in, and then her and her husband, she was pregnant. But before 1980, you had to get out of the military if you're a woman
got pregnant.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And they had just changed that rule, and then you had to order maternity uniforms. Well, because they just changed the rule, there weren't a whole lot of maternity uniforms, and it took weeks to get it. So you'd be authorized to wear civilian clothes until your maternity uniforms came in, because obviously you'd outgrow your uniform. So that was just kind of an interesting tidbit of information. We had to keep our hair up off our collar. Now I think women can wear a ponytail if they want. And that was a big change. So things have progressed. When I came in the military, you had this ugly, hideous purse, and that was the only purse you could carry. And then there were rules on how high your heels could be. Couldn't be more than 2.5 inches. Your skirt at the time was 2 inches above or 2 inches below the knee, and then they changed it to be right at the knee, and they had all these rules. And as they got more women on the military uniform board, things changed. You couldn't wear certain colors of nail polish, and that was subjective. If it was said conservative. If they didn't think it was conservative, somebody called you out and said, actually a French manicure was considered 2 colors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that something that you weren't allowed to have either then?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's changed. You can now carry a purse as long as it meets some certain size standards. Can't have it can be plain black or whatever. So you were able to carry your own purse, but you think about how people probably don't think about those things. And
so you wouldn't be able to carry a baskets and beads satchel or a purse that we carry.
Right.
Obviously,
no,
that'd be way too much color.
Not in uniform, out of uniform.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But another thing, and I had mentioned this on the show that I was on earlier, is Toastmasters has been around since 1926. And Toastmasters, for those of you who don't know, is a speaking organization. It's a speaking club. There's 350,000 Toastmasters members. I'm an accredited speaker in Toastmasters, which is a professional speaking designation.
Right.
Within Toastmasters, there are about 100 of us out of the 350,000 members. So it's a very small percentage. But it wasn't until the 70s that Toastmasters allowed women into Toastmasters.
My goodness. See, these are all things that I think are really important to talk about, especially as we're celebrating International Women's Day, to really see how far we've come. And like you said, the progression that we're experiencing now, I think it's phenomenal. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And there was I guess they considered her the first woman. She actually went in as a homer. She was in a club at a defense contractor.
Okay.
And so her name was Helen. They put her in as H. Okay. What's your name? So they put her in as Homer.
Oh, okay.
Until they changed that, and she ended up becoming the international president of Toastmasters.
Incredible.
And I met her when it was 2007. I joined Toastmasters in 2006, and I actually made it to the district speech contest, in the humorous speech contest, and I met her. She was the keynote speaker, and I remember saying to her, "I'm like, you paved the way for the rest of us." And she said, "Well, you all are paving the way now." So it was a mutual.
What a beautiful moment for you, for sure. That is really, really cool. Yeah, that's just mind blowing. Absolutely. So I know as we're continuing to talk about this International Women's Day and all that, I know that this definitely ties into what Baskets and Beads is all about, and also what you're doing in your involvement, even in establishing Baskets and Beads. And we are definitely empowering these women by far. Talking a little bit about what the current state was when you first arrived, even on your first visit to Africa, the progress that has been made with the movement of Baskets and Beads. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, you know, our tagline is empowering women, educating children. And the women's empowerment is something that to give them a voice and help them to build community so they can collectively have a voice. And when I met them, a lot of them were selling illegal alcohol or prostituting themselves or picking food scraps from a dumpster. And they had no level of empowerment. And the problem with the ladies that live in the Kipsongo slum is most of them were born there, so they don't have like a birth certificate or a government ID. Mm-hmm. They're sort of outcasts from the town that they're around, so it's hard for them. There's a couple of them, like, well, one lady, Patricia, who gave me the paper bead necklace when I first went there. And I think she still does it. She gets up really early and she goes and cleans. Her job is to like sweep the sidewalks and stuff there in Katali. So she's working, and they have some jobs like that. But we're working why we're working so hard with having this space here, which is now a wholesale and a retail shop, and then working on doing the shopping online, is to get more eyes on the product, to enable more purchases of the product, which will then empower them to be able to take care of their families.
Right. And may I add to what you just said about this being a wholesale and also a retail space? In addition to that, it's also an event center for you as well,
right? Because
of all the things that are going to be coming out of the facility that we are in right now. There's a huge vision for the space here, for sure. And we're definitely just getting started. So I want you to continue on what you're saying. I just wanted to make sure that we threw that in there. And again, acknowledging everybody that is chiming in, joining us on all the live outlets that we have here, the Gram, Facebook, and so on. Thank you so much for joining with us. Stay with us. We got a lot of great information that we want to share with you today. And we want to take you along with us with the journey. So stay with us. Continue with what you were saying, Donna.
Yeah, well, speaking of the event space, we're planning we're going to talk about this after, to solidify our grand opening, but we're also going to start having classes here. I have our friend Gina, who's going to come.
Awesome.
She's going to come and teach an art class.
Yes.
And she's actually specifically, I sent her some pictures of the trees that grow in Kenya.
Okay.
So she's specifically working on that to teach that. I'm so excited. That's going
and
to be
Gina's
so
a great
fun.
artist. I mean, she really is. She's a great artist. And then one of the other things that she does as well as a speaker and a life coach and all that too. So there's a lot tied into Gina as well. So I'm excited that she's going to come and contribute as well and be a part of the things that are happening here. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You're definitely going to want to be, staying tuned for the flyer content that's going to be coming out regarding what that's going to look like, saving the date, and definitely being intentional about joining for that class. So
right. And then also we're going to have crochet class and a paper bead making class, and we'll have some fellowship Fridays here and all kinds of things. We'll have tea with a purpose here.
Nice.
And that's all planned. I'm really hoping and praying now that Kenya's opened back up that Layla, our director in Kenya, is going to get to come here soon, hopefully this year. I'm praying that happens and participate in this so everybody can meet her. Like right now, it's like 3 a.m. over there.
Let's call her.
Right.
Hey, Layla.
Yeah, so she's not been feeling well. She's still recovering from having pneumonia and some other issues. So to have her on, I'd love to have her on here, but it's the middle of the night over there, and she's got kids and a family. So she needs her rest, especially to get over what she's been over. She's working on overcoming. So if you're the praying kind, please pray for her, for her health. Her name's Layla, and she is the boots on the ground, the other hand there that makes us a great team. So I'm hoping she'll get to come and be here and participate in some of these events, so you'll get to meet her in person, because she is amazing. She's an amazing leader. She's an amazing woman. She has great ideas, and she's managing the whole thing over there in Kenya, including the farm.
Right.
We're getting ready. Let's go into the farm.
Yeah, let's talk about the farm a little bit. There's a farm now, you guys.
Right. So we're getting ready to harvest cabbage.
Oh, okay.
The cabbage is going to be harvested this month, and next we are growing onions.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you arrive, what are you going to be able to, because I know you were really like determined, you want to pull something. So are you going to be there in time to pull cabbage or plant onions or what?
The cabbage is going to be pulled this month. And I think the onions will be planted next month. And I'm hoping that they will be harvesting by the time we get there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And I if anybody wants to join on the trip, I would love for you to come. But if you're not able to join, then you can support this way. I'm going to put it up here. I guess I do have it.
You have it in there?
In the comments.
Okay.
Is the Give Send Go.
Awesome.
GiveSendGo.com/Mission Kenya. That's the fundraiser. So a lot of people have said, oh, I wish I could go. This is how you can help.
And this is how you can go.
Right. Yeah, right. This is a way for you to go too.
If you can't go, this is how you can go.
Right. This is how you can go. But really, if you have a desire to go, this is how I went. I did a fundraiser and reached out to my friends and asked people to donate $20. And I had enough money to go and cover the trip from doing that. So, but we're raising $20,000. If you look on the Give Send Go, it lists everything we're doing. We're going to do a mobile medical clinic. Actually, one of my veteran friends is in school, and she's thinking that she might be able to, with her group in school, maybe raise some funds we take underwear for the ladies and the kids. So that'll be great. So if you can get a group together and do a little fundraiser to fund something, maybe the mobile medical clinic, maybe the school fees, maybe the school supplies, or some of the other things, or some of the farming, because we're going to need to keep reinvesting until it gets up to a point where it gets in profit. So we're still raising funds for that. So you can see everything we're raising funds for: $5, $10, $20, $100. If you have an organization like a Rotary or Kiwanis or a group like that does community service projects and funds things, you can
this is definitely something that you want to
we are a 501c3 here, and we are also an NGO now in Kenya. So we have we're official in Kenya, which makes it easy to run things over there, like the farm and such.
And as you can see, that whether great or small, every gift and any gift is appreciated, you guys. And so, this is definitely a great cause, knowing that what you're contributing to is genuinely going towards the women here that you're working with. I mean, I like to talk about this every time we go live. It's like, it's worth revisiting part of the conversation, but just how much Baskets and Beads has grown from when it first initiated, when it first started. I mean, it's in the bio of Baskets and Beads, how you talk about, you came back with the luggage of paper beads, but it's not just that anymore. And now there's a farm, and how you've been able to work with these women and teaching them financial management and negotiating and all of that too, to verse them and educate them. I mean, this really is, giving them a fishing pole as opposed to just giving them fish.
Right.
Like we're not giving them, okay, here you go. Like, no, we're giving them the means so that they can sustain themselves. And that is priceless. Yeah. So you guys, this has grown. And I want to encourage you to go over to the Baskets and Beads website as well, which is basketsandbeads.org, right?
.com. Basketsandbeadskenya.com.
Basketsandbeadskenya.com, so that you can read up on the history and, again, how this movement started and the progression and how it has grown. It's been incredible, because what I can say about you, Aldana, it didn't get to this point by you just sitting on your bum and not doing anything. You are working your butt off to really push and to help these women. And I know you're not going to stop. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and you shouldn't stop. And I'm glad you're not going to stop. But I want to encourage all of our viewers that are watching near and far. Again, whether you're, chiming in through Facebooks or Instagram or any other platform that you're chiming in from, I want to encourage you to really take some time to learn more about what's happening with Baskets and Beads, and to consider, donating towards this cause. If it's $5, $10, $15, like she said, $100. And some of you are part of organizations where you need to channel finances and funds towards things. This is a great organization to do so. And so I want to encourage you to do that. So sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's great how it's, and also if you have a podcast or you know somebody has a podcast, I'd love to be interviewed on it and share about what we're doing so I can get this out to more people. The more people that know about it, the more people will donate to this cause or maybe purchase products that'll help us to be able to reorder and purchase more products from the ladies.
I do want to say a little bit of like a praise report here, if you don't mind, okay. And I'm not going to give away the name of the facility and all that, but I do want to share with you something. When we first moved into this building, you guys talk about how things and how we believe how God moves and orchestrates things. Okay. So we made the move into this new facility, into this new building. And I know that was a stretch. That was definitely a leap of faith, saying, okay, we're going to expand. We're going to go into a bigger space. And this is the vision. This is the way we feel that God is leading us, and we're going to run with it. Coming into the space, the first week or so after we had moved into the space, a wholesale order came in to Eldana. And I'm not going to say which one, but it was for a hospital. And so these two reps came from a hospital that oversee this boutique within the hospital, and they started to look at product and they placed their order. And
we should back up about
okay, go ahead.
About I think you told me on Wednesday,
okay,
that they were coming on Friday.
Oh, right.
Yes.
And the move was so fresh that nothing was in place. Though the showroom wasn't even set up yet. Everything was just, it just was thrown in here, right? Like a bomb went off. And so we thought we had time. I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. This was our game plan, not knowing that a wholesale order was going to come in that same, because we moved in on that weekend, let's say, right? Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And then that Wednesday, we got a wholesale order, and we got to get the showroom in place and get it all in order because they're coming. When are they coming? Friday. So we move in the weekend, come that Wednesday, find out about the wholesale order. And then that Friday, they're going to show up to our showroom that's not even in place yet. And they want to look at the product. So they arrive. They fall in love with.
We worked for 6 hours or something we worked till midnight on Thursday.
Right. Which, by the way, you guys have to know that I'm not foreign to, because if I used to have a shop before, so I would be at my space till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes, I forgot about time.
I was like thinking, why am I so tired?
Right.
And I get in the car and look, I'm like, oh, it's midnight. Yeah. No wonder. But we had to set up I have shelves that I take when I go to events. So we had to set those up, and we had to put another shelf together that we'd broken down, well, 2 shelves. Mm-hmm. And then I don't think I had the
garment rack.
Right. So I had to go home and get that stuff. And then we
got Big Kahuna over there.
Right. And so we put all that stuff together. And if you go and look at there's videos posted of what it looked like before, and then a couple of days later, what it looked like after. So
ta-da! Yeah. That's basically what happened.
But you can continue. They showed up on Friday.
Yeah. So they show up on Friday, and of course, Eldana's just sharing from her heart and giving the story of how this whole thing started. And so they end up placing an order. Okay. They place this order and they leave. Oh, there's someone barking.
There's somebody at the door.
Do you want to go grab it? While I finish the story?
Yeah, you can finish.
We got our security dog here too as well. And of course, we're going live, and sometimes this happens. So,
hi.
So as I was saying, they arrive on Friday, and we place this order with them, and off they go. And what was it? I want to say that following week, I get an update, and the update is, hey, the product that we just bought from you is all sold out. Like we've sold out of the product, which means we need to order more from you. And so the beauty of the story is just that how quickly the product has moved. And we are believing that every time an order goes out, every time a wholesale order goes out, that those who are investing, because that's what it is, it's an investment. Every time an order is placed and people are investing in baskets and beads, that when they take those goods, whatever space that they are selling them in, whether it's a hospital boutique, right? Because they have those little gift shops. If it's another retail space that's taking in baskets and beads, whatever it is, that those goods are going to sell. And that's what happened. And so they're going to be coming in, they're going to be placing another order because they're all out, and people, they want the goods. They're like, we want more. Like, and they love, of course, the story. They love that this is about inspiring and empowering and giving women tools, the tools that they need to rise and to succeed. And so that is the story of baskets and beads. And you're not just buying a product, although, and they are beautiful products, and the way that they're made, the craftsmanship of the product is absolutely amazing. But attached to the product itself is really, I mean, if you really want to be a conscious buyer, this is the way to do that. This is the way to do that. Not only are you helping these women, but even how the products are made. A lot of the product is even made repurposing things. And so what that does for our earth, you know, as you know, and all of that is just tied into the product of baskets and beads. And so it's a win-win situation across the board. So the beautiful story is that wholesalers came in, bought product. They're almost sold out of the product. They sold out of all the soapstone. All the soapstone sold. And so now they need to come back and they need to make another purchase for the goods because more people want the goods.
Well, and then we had just gotten these printed, which are our little brochures and the hang tags that go with things too.
Right.
So I had picked those up. I picked those up
The
Friday
day before
morning,
or Friday, yeah, the day of.
Yeah, because I was off for my job on that Friday. So
talk about really pushing the wire there, you guys, you know, and it's just so interesting how everything has just been right on time, you know, and paying attention to the leading of like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. And knowing that it's all been in sync with how we should be going about all of it. And it all came together. I mean, now the fresh hand tags came in place. They were able to take the product that they purchased with the hang tags as well. And so, yeah, it's just been, what an incredible start.
Yeah. And then coming into this space. So I started in my spare bedroom, and then it started encroaching into my house. And then I had expanded my personal storage to a bigger storage. So half the product was in there. Then it was getting to be a mess. Moved to a 200 square foot storage with only the product, and got everything out of my house. And then it's like we started talking about it. Mm-hmm. I think we mentioned this on here before. Gosh, in the summertime, I think.
We were already talking about it.
Then I found this space, and originally was only going to get this size space where we are now, which is a 400 square foot office. It was right next door to where I am sitting. It's like right over there. But, and I say nothing ever happened by accident. The lady's like, oh, this one just came available. The one we're in now, which has behind this wall here is a 400 square foot warehouse.
Yes.
And I always take everything to prayer. I prayed about it, and I felt very confident in doing it. I no fear, and it's such a nice space. It feels
really good in here.
So nice in here.
It's cozy. Yeah. It's welcoming. It is. It's all of that. And I have to tell you, Aldana, it's been so inspiring to watch you operate and move or navigate through this expansion. It really has been. It's been, you know, being able to see it from a different perspective, you know, like seeing you move and make these decisions, and just like how it's all just tied in together. And, you know, of course, we have faith, we believe in God. And so, of course, that definitely ties into how you navigate, how you move, how you mentioned you pray about things before you make decisions and all that. But God, how He has orchestrated all of these events, and He's doing it because it's His work. And the fact that you were obedient the first time you visited Africa, you didn't have any idea that was going to happen. Let me ask you a question. When you said yes to going on that trip, because it was a missions trip, right? Mm-hmm. It was supposed to just be a missions trip, right?
Right. Actually, the funny thing about that was I had met Steve, who's was a retired pastor from my church, and I had never met him before. And I met him at an event where I was speaking, and talked to him for a while. And then I went to another event where he was, and I was standing there, and actually our friend Larry was at that event, and he said to me, "Are you thinking of going?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm thinking of going." And he's like, "It'll change your life." Indigo.
Have a little hiccup here. Do me a favor, keep an eye on Indigo, okay?
Yeah, she's trying to chew purses now.
We both have children here. Eldana has Indigo, and I have my daughter Ahava here. So Ahava is in charge of taking care of and making sure that Indigo's being a good girl. So
yeah, she already took this out of the box. Indigo did. So
she wants to be a part of the video and the live, and to share her passion for baskets and beads as well. So
yes, here she is.
Have two phones.
We're live still, babe.
Yeah, she's crazy. So
Pastor Steve.
Yeah, so I ended up going, and I always tell the story. If you want to bring me in to speak on negotiation or on this, I can tell the longer version of the story. But I went over there with, I'll serve, I'll be in the background, right. I'll just do whatever, and then I'll come back home.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen. I came back home, but
you came back with a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, I came back with a whole different life.
Yes.
But it was interesting. I didn't really look. They had sent us a schedule, and I printed it out, and I didn't really look at it until I got on the plane, and it was like Eldana speaks, because they knew I was a speaker, and I'm like, okay, so whatever. But we're speaking to the ladies of Kipsongo, and the thing that really, really got my heart was these women. They were singing when we got there. I was like, wow, there's something about these women. They're just so happy and joyous. Well, so I shared, and then another lady shared, and then Pastor Steve we're thinking, okay, we're going to pray and leave. He had those women pray for us.
Put it in the room.
And I was crying buckets. It just really touched me. And then when Patricia gave me the paper bead necklace and wanted sponsorship for son, I was like, oh, I want to do some more. And then God stirred my spirit in the middle of the night. Buy some beads, some with your book when you're speaking. Okay, I'm just bring a few beads.
And then that's when I got a message from you.
Yeah, I'm like, I got some beads.
So she had this vision or this dream that came to you in the middle of the night, this very thing that she's telling you guys about. And then while you're in Africa, I get a message through Facebook from Eldana. Now, mind you, I had just met Eldana a week before that at a mutual friend that we had that had opened up or was doing their 1-year anniversary in the community that I was in with my business. That's how I met Eldana there. And then I get this message while she's in Africa. And I remember waking up, or I remember seeing the message, and I'm like, huh? And I remember you saying, I'm in Africa right now, but when I get back, I need to see you. So that's how we connected. But keep going. Okay. So that vision came to you in the middle of the night while you're sleeping in Africa, what you need to do. Like God just basically downloaded into you. Like, this is the plan.
Yeah.
Right?
And I said yes. I brought back half a suitcase of beads, and I thought that's all it was going to be. And I actually spoke, the first place I spoke when I came back and told the story was at an International Women's Day event, March 8th, 2018.
Okay.
And I shared the story, and it just about sold out. And doubled the order, sold out. And it just started to grow from 5 women. We're up to 30. And now we have the group of women that are doing the farm. And then the soapstone is men and women. They live in a different region in Kenya. And we're working with some others here and there, seeing some of the other products that are available that the ladies don't make. But we're expanding this. I'm going May, I'll be there around the end of May, and now we're going to we started making the aprons this last time.
Yes.
And this time we're going to make, I'm going to show.
I can't wait till she says it.
Yes, dresses and,
Yes.
and long skirts. And I'm going to show and get everybody's opinion on the dress. I've been wearing this dress. I bought it in Kenya. I've been wearing it everywhere when I go do events, and everybody says to me,
can I buy that?
Can I buy that? Do you have those? I'll definitely buy that. Oh my gosh, I love that. It was actually a market test. You have to test things to see how they go. And I did the test on these. These go really well. And did the test on the pillows. Those go a little slower. Dog bandanas go pretty good when I'm at a place where there's dog type things.
Well, this last year when because I was with you on a few of your pop-ups that you did in last year, but I could tell you every event that I helped or participated with you on, everybody was always inquiring about the dresses. And here's one thing I got to say about the dresses, because I got to tell you guys, I am excited about the dresses. I am thrilled about the dresses. But the thing that I got to say about the dresses is that the dress, the design, the style of the dress is extremely complementary on all body types. And that's what I love about the dress, that it's not just for the slim or the, or curvy or what, like, it doesn't matter. Like the dress it's just the way that the cut of the dress, that you could be top heavy, bottom heavy. It doesn't matter. Short or tall, it doesn't matter. The dress is extremely complementary on all body types. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I personally believe that those dresses, once they arrive, that they are going to sell quickly and fast. And you're going to have to be constantly ordering those dresses, which is going to be a good thing. So, but a word that you said that I think is like, it deserves to be highlighted, that you said, and I love this word, and I'm going to say it right now, but it is the word expansion. You said expansion, and I'm like, yes, expansion. So the goal is to continue to expand, to grow it more, to always have that word at the forefront of our minds, that with baskets and beads, it's about expansion, because that expansion extends to the women and their livelihood and the expansion of their livelihood. It extends to their children, education. I think there's a young man right now that's being sponsored. Maybe you can share about that. There's a young boy or a young man that's being sponsored, and I think he has an engineer's mind. Is that correct?
Lois.
Okay, and right now he's being sponsored, correct?
He is.
Speak about him a little bit.
He's in his sophomore year. They call it Form 2 over there of high school, and it's expensive, especially for what the median income is in Kenya. I talk about that at another time. I've mentioned that before. I can't even believe it, but for him to have the opportunity to I'm just so determined that these kids are going to get educated until now Alois and Saumu are two kids that were street kids. Saumu's mother's off somewhere, who knows, and Saumu's dad lives in something the size of a closet.
Wow.
And they were both on the streets, and another lady over there I was working with had found them, and I decided to sponsor them. And we've been sponsoring them since I think end of 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, and making sure that they have been able to go to school. So Umu just started Form 1, her first year of high school, and she's somebody who's very quiet, but her confidence is starting to build. And every time I send them little videos, and Layla makes sure that they get it for encouragement. And this time we're going to go visit their schools, which I'm excited about. That's part of the thing we're going to do on the trip. But just the opportunity for him, somebody with that kind of mind, the ability that he'll be able to get educated, and who knows what he can do.
Right.
And he's excited to be in school, and he wants me so bad to come see his school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's, again, I mean, the fact that you're giving somebody an opportunity at a better life, and how hungry he seems to be, right? He's passionate about his education, and I've heard you mention before the brilliancy of his mind, though, and how I've heard you say he really does have an engineer's mind, and there's an investment being made in this young man, so that he has a better future ahead of him, you know?
Yeah.
And so the fact that he's being sponsored, he's getting that opportunity at that. So I think
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Again, that word expansion comes to mind, you guys, and wanting to expand. And it seems to me that the goals just keep getting better and better too.
Speaking of expansion,
Yes.
we should talk about our product of the week.
Absolutely, because that's
'Cause
part of the expansion.
It expands.
Literally.
Yes.
I know we had one in the warehouse that was already expanded, but yeah, let's get right to it because we've been talking about all kinds of things.
Yeah, this is our product of the week. This is a broom, and it's
Are
made
you sure it's
out
not a
of.
weapon?
Well, I guess it's made out of the papyrus reed grasses that grow in Kenya. This slips off, and then this is the broom. You can see right here. This is where it kind of stops, and then this is the handle. I think you could probably, if you wanted to stick a pole in there and make it a hand broom, but this is better as a hand broom.
I think it's an excellent broom.
And I
love
use
that broom.
I know we use it here in the warehouse, and it gets up everything, and nothing really gets stuck in it.
Ultra durable, that thing.
And then I have one at home that I use on the patio. I also use it around the animals, and it gets up all the cat litter and cat hair and dog hair and things that Indigo likes to shred. And she has
her babies.
She has her little toys that she likes to pull all the stuffing out. So if you go to Petco, they have like these 2 for $5 things, and she destroys them,
demolishes them.
Like this one over here.
Yeah, she has one over there that she's destroyed, but she's not feeling that great right now because she hurt her little paw. So, but it's great for sweeping up on the patio, in a warehouse, in your house, and it lasts. The one I brought back, the first one I had I brought one back in 2018, and that's the one I have at home. Yeah, and it's still. These things last forever. So this is a great product. It's $19 on the website, but today, if you comment sold on here or send me a DM before midnight today, you can get this for, let's see, what should I do this for?
I don't know. It's up to you. But even then, still $20 is not bad at all for that broom. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we'll do $12 for this.
Okay.
That's a nice big discount. So if you comment sold on there, I'll send you an invoice. You can buy more than one. Plus, it'll be a few dollars for shipping because it's kind of an odd shape, and I have to put it in a longer box. I think I have a box. So I'll probably have to do 2 boxes. I think that's the way I ship these. So just a little bit for shipping, and I'll ship this right out to you. And then I would love for you to do a little video of how it works for you, because it's
doing that.
Yeah, they all come kind of wrapped like this, right? You just pull these off, and then you just use it. This is your handle, and you use it to sweep.
So real quick, while Aldana continues to talk about the broom, the $12 broom, right? I just want to acknowledge people that are following us here right now. We got Jason Arbizu right here that's saying hello to us. My mother. Cecilia is watching, it says right there. So we want to say hello to Cecilia Romero as well.
Hi.
Aldana here, demonstrating the broom for you today.
Yes.
And so thank you so much for watching. You can always share the video with your people on your feed on Facebook as well. So feel free to let them know we are live right now. They can join with us or with you right now and watching us on this live segment for Baskets and Beads Live. And Aldana, keep talking about that amazing broom.
Actually, it's a great broom, but some people use them for decorations.
Yeah, I was about to say I use it as a weapon. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yes, no, that's true. It can be used as decoration though, for sure. It's a beautiful piece. What is this made out of again?
It's called papyrus reed. It's a grass that grows in Kenya.
Oh wow!
So this is all weaved out of the grass that grows there.
Incredible.
And yeah, some people could put it in a basket like this and have a little display, or some people may they have some other things and you put it there. People use these for.
Well, even if you take off here and you let it spread a little bit and you stick it like in a vase this way too, then you have it like kind of fanned. That would be another way that you could use it as decor as well too. You know what I mean? That would be really pretty as well. So,
this would be a nice decor piece to add if you have this type of a decor in your home or office. So
Yeah, like even like a more rustic, a boho kind of vibe as well too. It would blend really well with that kind of style and that kind of look too as well. So
yeah, and these are what they use to clean. Most of the floors are dirt, or they maybe have a little like a rocky kind of concrete or whatever, but this is what they use to clean the floors. Or when we have our rooms where we rent rooms over there for them to work, they use this to sweep everything up, and man, it gets everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, this thing is very durable. Again, we have one that we use in our warehouse, and prior to moving here, when we had our storage unit, we used it in our storage unit as well. And that thing is extremely like efficient. It just really does a good job. And so, and it doesn't fall apart. If you're curious and wondering, well, are these going to break? Are they, it doesn't. It's very, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know how to
it's really sturdy.
sturdy. You're right though. When you apply it to the ground to sweep, nothing gets left behind. It really drags and pulls everything.
Yeah, and then especially when Indigo comes to visit and she chews things up, she leaves shreds of
Yes.
things everywhere.
Evidence.
So yes, that like she has
Remnants.
balls, she'll chew it up, or she pulls the stuff out. So we have to sweep that up as well. And then a lot of the soapstone has some shredded packing, and that stuff kind of goes. It's paper, but it kind of can go everywhere. And that this helps get that up. So it always keeps the floor really clean.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, we went a little bit longer today than we normally do,
I
but
know.
that's because obviously it's a special time,
Right,
Women's
yeah.
International Day. So
And it's
International
also
Women's Day.
it's Women's Month the whole month.
Right.
So we thought we would
Yay,
just come on and,
women!
yeah, go women.
Yes, and talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, I think. And when are you leaving again on this trip? When are you setting out? To Africa?
I have to book my flight. It's either going to be the 24th or the 25th.
Okay.
And then if anybody is coming on the trip, they'll arrive the 28th and stay through the 8th. And then I'll stay a little longer afterwards. So I go early because we have to get things ready. And then I need to go to my favorite spot in Nairobi, which is Eastleigh, where all the fabrics are.
Oh, I know you love
and
that.
pick the fabrics for we have to do an inventory of the what are these aprons?
The aprons. It's okay. Long day. You've been up since 6. What? What's your 500?
I got up at 04:30.
Oh, 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think I woke up earlier, and said I'm not getting up now. But yeah, so my brain's a little. But we have maybe making some more aprons depending on how many of some of the ones we have. And the thing is, like, I probably won't be able to get this fabric again. So if you see something you like,
you got to get it.
They don't make more of them. So, and you never know. You make a decision. You never know really what's going to sell. So there's some things that have sold more than others. There were 2 fabrics we were able to get more of because they sold so quick. They still had some. I was like, Layla, go see if they have it. And she went, and they did have it. So,
thankfully, yeah, you're able to make
this one was beautiful. I should have gotten more of that because I don't have too many of those left. So I have to see, okay, I brought back 10 different styles. I have 5 styles left. So I need to replenish with 5 more styles or something like that.
Right.
But, yeah, and then the dresses, we'll have to pick the fabric for the dresses.
Oh, that's going to be so beautiful. So here's something else that comes to mind as you're talking about the fabrics and the aprons and so on, is that, because if you see something you like, you need to get your hands on it, because that may not happen again. I mean, like you said, that fabric may not be available anymore, and now you're gonna have to move on to other fabrics that you're going to choose from. They're going to be equally as beautiful, but when you see something you like from Baskets and Beads, you definitely want to jump on it and get yourself either here in person, because now we have the retail space here now that you can come and visit us in. We would gladly love to show you around the showroom, and you can make some purchases here as well, or you have to do it online. But with that being said, one of the last things that I wanted to mention is, if you know of anybody, Facebook world, Instagram world, anybody here, if you know of anybody that would like to place a wholesale order, of people that have spaces in boutiques, a chain of stores, maybe you're connected to a chain of stores and someone who is in ownership, get the word out there with Baskets and Beads. Let them know about Baskets and Beads, and get a hold of Eldana. and let's set up an appointment for them to come into the showroom and take a look at the goods and place an order so that they can sell the products in their space. We would love to do that. Or if you, again, are looking for even a unique gift, a unique find, something to present or give as a gift or a present to somebody, this is the best way to do it. These goods are, there's a beautiful story attached to it. These types of gifts are definitely personable. When you give this as a gift to someone, it's not mass production. It's not something that's being created and coming through on a conveyor belt. These are real hands that are attaching to each of these pieces. Every necklace, every piece of stonework that's being created, the soapstone, that's someone's real hand holding that piece and by hand carving the design that you see around, whether it's a bowl or a tree of life dish or,
like
for instance,
these little bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
These are all paper beads. Each one of these is an individually rolled bead. Same with the necklace I'm wearing.
Yes.
And they took the time to individually roll each one of these, put a little bead in between. It's a little stretchy, got a little stretch to it. And so somebody's hands did every single one of these.
Yes.
And that you can see the work. I may have 10 of these, but they're
all
not
unique.
They're all unique because they're not mass produced on a machine, and that's what makes it really great.
Yeah, it's not like a mold, and then it's just the mold making the same piece, boom, 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 and so, and then other machines are just putting all these pieces together. And again, these are real hands. Someone is I've used the word before, soul work. This is their soul work. I mean, everything is in that piece that they're making. I mean, it's just incredible. And so when you can give someone a gift like that and then provide them with the story behind it and say, hey, listen, I went and I bought this is for you. And then you provide them with, we have the new brochures, right? You have them right there behind there. And something like this can be put in the bag or as you gift them with the gift, whether it's a bracelet, a necklace, a purse, a satchel, a pillow, a basket, a broom, a trivet.
Yeah, it has the whole story.
Right. You can provide them, we can give you one of these beautiful, colorful brochures that gives them tons of and just great information regarding baskets and beads. We got some QR codes on there that they can scan with their phone that'll take them directly to the website and so on, so they can get more information and even get on the newsletter so they could stay up to date with the things that are happening with baskets and beads. We're giving you everything you need, so that you can help us, be an ambassador for baskets and beads. I'll just say that, it doesn't take that much to do. You can literally, even this video right now, if you're watching it live or if you're going to watch it later and you come across it, you can literally go on your Facebook and you can just click share and then have it shared on your news feed. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really take that much to show some type of support.
Right. You can also share the fundraiser that's in the comments, the Give Send Go fundraiser.
Copy and paste it. Yeah. Copy and paste it and add it and just say, hey, listen, write a little thing real quick about it. Check this out. I follow Baskets and Beads, take a look at what they're doing. Great cause, great movement. Send, you know what I mean? It really is that easy. And so I want to encourage you to do that in big and small ways. Everything matters, everything counts, and we appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I appreciate everybody being here today.
Yes.
And we have some other work that we're going to be doing behind the scenes and looking forward to connecting with you all. Swahili Sunday. This Sunday is going to be interesting. I'm going to share some interesting things about. I actually found my journals from 2005 to 2007 when I was really going through a rough time. And I'm going to share how, because I'm reading them again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's very, man, I had a lot of struggles, but as I'm reading, I can see where in my writing, where I was getting stronger. And I'm looking back on that and I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that I did what I needed to do to work through that and get where I am now. I had shared a little bit about it before on a previous Swahili Sunday, but I think it's really important. Some of the things, I'm going to read one of the Zig Ziglar things that I pasted in there. Uh-huh. It's just because I know there's a lot of people out there who have gone through things and may still have some things affecting their life. And I want to share with you how I got past that and that I'm whole. And because you know, I have faith, but I think God wants us to do the works. I always say the power's in the work. Faith without works is dead. So
Yes.
if you have faith that he can heal you, he expects you to do something towards that
Yes.
healing, not just sit there and be like, all right, heal me, I'm broken.
Yeah, exactly. And again, as you're sharing all that, what comes to mind? Expansion in your faith and expansion in your mindset.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, that word is just, it just keeps coming. It's like, boom, it just keeps like neon sign in the front of my mind right now. Even as you're sharing that, it's all about expansion of your faith and expansion of your mindset. And
Yeah, so I'll be sharing about that on Swahili Sunday. So you don't want to miss that 9 a.m. Pacific Sunday. And you can always watch it after the fact. But there's a lot of people in Kenya that watch it too. So.
that's so cool. Well, you know, last thing I want to say real quick before we sign off, you're going to be gone on a Thursday, huh? Too. You'll be in Africa.
Right.
So we'll have to figure out how that.
I've already been thinking about
Okay,
that.
so that's going to be fun, you guys. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I have some ideas, and I'm sure Aldana does too. So we're gonna work on those
Yeah.
ideas and see what we could come up with for that Thursday segment while she's gone in Africa, because she's going to be gone, but I'm going to be here. So
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, am I going to get up at 3 in the morning?
or am I going to get up
Yeah.
at, well, you're
No,
doing,
it'll be 3 in the morning over there.
but if I get up during your daylight is what I'm saying
Oh,
instead,
right.
that would be kind of cool too. Who
I don't
knows?
know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe you can go live with me, you know, or something. I could put you on an iPad over here and people could see you in the where you're going to be shopping for the fabric, or I don't know, something, but we'll figure something out. It'll be fun.
I actually do Swahili Sunday from over there because it's like 7 o'clock at night over there.
Oh,
So,
okay. Gotcha.
but this one's a little different because it's 5 here and it's very late over there, 5:30 or whatever.
Either way, it's going to
Or
be
very
fun.
early,
Either
very
way.
middle of the night. Anyway,
All right.
all right,
y'all.
everybody, we are going to sign off, and just thank you so much for coming along for the ride. And the givesendgo.com/mission Kenya is in the comments
right
here, but I don't know if it's gone out everywhere, so I'll share it in the feed after the
Let's
fact.
see.
Would love for you to share it. Would love for you to donate any amount. Every little bit helps. And I've already received some offline donations that I have to add in now, which is great. So any help would be greatly appreciated.
We're just real quick before we say bye on our Instagram here, Eldon. I know you're going to go ahead and go off on here.
Okay,
but
let me sign off
we
on
do
here.
have, you sure have some beautiful things, the pottery and the fabrics. Thank you so much.